Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Whoreible Decisions, and you are probably tuning into us on Tuesday, because bitches, they gave us Monday off for those of you in corporate. However, I don't want to shout out the independence of this motherfucking godforsaken country we live in. I want to shout out to all the independent women. And if I could play some music, I would right now, but we're not.
Bro,
but I do want to shout out to the independent women, bro.
That's really all we have. We had Juneteenth, which, by the way, to me...
Yeah, we got Martin Luther King Day.
Yeah, that's right. No, I'm saying like Juneteenth that just passed, but like the studio either closed or double pay. Like, this is some nigga shit. And I'm telling you right now, like, I want to make sure that since other companies are doing federal holidays a certain way, I got to do the black shit right, because we only got a few.
Okay.
And I understand we got Dave and Yomi and Eden, but I don't know the Hispanic ones really yet. But when I figure them out, you guys can have
Do y'all celebrate the 4th of July? Like, because it's our independence, but we never really got independence.
Mandy,
I don't know.
I thought she was going to say Cinco de Mayo. I didn't know what she was
They're not Mexican.
I didn't know what she was going to say, because I can't think of another big like Latin holiday.
No, we just eat, bro. That's it. It's just
Wait,
an
what
excuse
is
to
a
eat
big, what is a big Latin holiday?
They barbecue, they Porto July.
The day before Christmas.
I was going to say Christmas when y'all make the pernil.
My stepdad's Mexican. He goes up.
He likes
Oh,
Cinco.
wait, duh, bitch. Dios de los Muertos. I don't know how to say it, but that's how it goes.
That was good.
That was good.
Dia
de los Muertos.
Do you know what that means?
That's Halloween.
Day of the Dead.
Okay.
But that's like
Don't do that.
around
Just
Halloween.
making sure.
Don't do us.
Mexico
edit.
City goes up, son, for DDLM,
And
whatever.
you wonder why I was trying to get you to make sure that you guys knew what that meant. Do it again.
I
Say
mean,
it again.
I'm just saying.
Dia de los Muertos.
Bitch, you lived in Mexico. You can do it better than that.
No, it's too many.
Bitch, you was coming in here during the pandemic.
Okay, hey,
See?
shut up about it. Okay. Speaking of Mexico, I want to make it a little LA announcement. So you guys have seen that we opened an LA studio. Maybe you haven't, maybe you have. It's Hollywood Boulevard. And I just wanted to shout everybody out that has sent in applications, but please still send them in. I do want to, start hiring without people that are like recommending. Like, I feel like sometimes, whenever you open a business, like, you hired someone before you announced, right? Like, I do want to like leave the floor open for people to come through and work there. It's in Hollywood on 5631 Hollywood and Gramercy. It's like East Hollywood. It's nice. It's dope. There's 6K cams. We got 2 sets come through. It's 5, but we will take the black, brown, and the Mexicans, because we ain't got no Mexicans that work here, dog. And in LA, I feel like you almost got to. Like, if I don't have a Mexican under the WTF umbrella, am I doing LA right?
You got Latinos.
But like, Mexican. LA is Mexican, bro.
Why do you need Mexicans?
Because it's LA.
Okay.
You don't feel that?
They're flooded with Mexicans, yes.
Like, you have to.
Shout out to all the Mexicans.
It's fucked up. It's almost like you build a business in Harlem and you hire no black people. So I would like to have a Mexican.
We don't have no Asians here and we buy Chinatown.
Thank you.
It's Soho.
No, this is Chinatown.
Well, you thought Yomi was Asian, and a lot of people do.
That's enough.
Jesus.
Hey, and not to mention the building is Chinese owned.
It is.
It sure is. So they in the building.
They right there.
They just don't work for you.
Who is it? I don't know. I haven't really met any Asians that have ever asked for a job or anything. I don't know. Maybe because like my demographic's so many niggas that I just only see the Latinos, because that's like, oh, if it's not them, it's them. Like,
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
We don't have it. Like, even when we go to live shows and we see like an Asian person there, we're like, what up? And I always think it's the same girl, Fanny.
I'm trying to think. Yeah,
my
no.
And it's not.
And my staff,
I swear to God.
I have one Latina. Everyone else in my studio is black. And I mean, I'm just now reaching out for interns. So if you want to intern, but I was like, we've been in this space for 6 years. And I think that's kind of how this happened too. Like, we first wanted to reach out to people that worked with us in some capacity. Like, hey, are you looking for something a little bit more consistent? And so that's kind of where I was like, ooh, now I can have my friends do something more consistent. When you're in this creative space, and we left our jobs in 2019, Asante and a lot of our other podcast friends left their corporate jobs or wherever they were working years ago. This shit has its ups and downs.
Yes.
I know that's why we're also as busy as we are now. Like, during the pandemic, bro, we was on tour, shit quit, and we both was just like, fuck, we gotta find
But you
something
know what
to do.
though, bro? Like, you either made it or break it. Like seriously, in the pandemic. Like, this is where the idea came from for me. And like, even like just through the pandemic, I got hired, working through even Audible. And like, now, like, our studio is full production house, post, pre, Foley, like able to compose different shit. And you really don't know until you like have nothing else to do. And I think that a lot of my friends did well during the pandemic, but the ones that didn't were the ones that were okay with being bored. Like think about Official Box Owner. You were talking about how was your idea during the pandemic. Like maybe you would have came up with it later in the years to come, but if you were as busy, would you? When you really sit and stop.
We had to sit and stop.
Nigga, we weren't going on tour. I was like, ooh, do we do a live? That's how we started Town Halls.
Wow.
Yeah, I think so. For Patreon.
I fucking love Zoom now.
Well, I hate Zoom now.
No, I mean like the meetings.
Oh no, I love Town Hall, but I just hate that Zoom is Zoom. I just
made my heart go boom, boom, my supernova girl.
Here you go. Here you go.
That was
now, I do like still seeing people. Like, I love that now I can see faces and I don't have to worry about just seeing motherfuckers' eyes no more. Because that shit was annoying. That's why I know I couldn't live in other parts of the motherfucking world. Because that shit was wild.
But Mandii just made me think about that day. She said, I met a woman with a beautiful thing on her head. Son, did you meet the women with the hijab that listen to Horrible Decisions at the Roots picnic?
No. I was too busy trying to get us paid.
This woman, I know it'll get done. So I just be like, I try my best. And I think this is the difference with you and I. Like, you need things to be right so you can enjoy the moment.
Right.
You do.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Like some people are like, this has to be right for me to let go. Right. When you're a person that's like needs to be in control. And that's a very managerial thing about you, which is a really good, especially.
Oh, it's not. We got to hire a manager because I'm sick of it.
But, no. But I'm saying like that's a good trait to have, right? As an entrepreneur starting off. Yes, you can have a team now and do things like that. But I'm the type of person like, I'm going to live in the moment and deal with it later. Like, honestly, if I like was on my way to a party and my fucking ankle broke, I'd be like, bro, we'll go to the hospital. Like, that's the type of person I am. Mandii would be like, we're going to call the ambulance. We're going to get it fixed. I'm not that way.
And then we showing up to the after party. I'm still going the fuck out.
I'm hobbling. I'll be like, nah, it's a little, I know it looks like a fucking, tennis ball on my foot, but we're okay. But anyway, I say all that to say, I was able to have a good time that day and I was on the high of our show. And this woman comes up to me with a hijab and I'm not going front. When she was walking up to me, and this is fucked up, I was like, what is she about to say? And she holds her phone open. It's a picture of us sitting with Hannah Berner and her husband. She goes, is this you? And I said, yeah. And she was like, damn, I just lost $300. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah. Rolf, weren't you there? Oh, okay. She was like, I just lost $300. I bet my sister it wasn't you. We couldn't see your tattoo. So I walked over to them. Her sister was also in a hijab. And I was like, thinking to myself, like, y'all listen to Horrible and the Simpsons, huh? And like, she was like, yeah, we listened. I knew it was you. And I was like, I made a joke. I was like, maybe you couldn't see my tattoo, but my teeth are normally telltale. She goes, yeah, that's how I knew it was you.
Wow.
I ain't asked you to say,
but you
let
said
me,
it.
Let me self-deprecate on my own.
She said it and then just, you said it, she agreed.
I don't give a damn, bitch. I say what I want to say and
you know what I mean? You allied the shit talk
see, then
to
comes
yourself.
up to me with the fucking money that she won.
$300?
Son, just for...
Who is paying $300 for that?
I do that shit all the time.
Damn, look at that. You should at least got 10%.
Yo, came up with the $300, like, oh, I really won. So you said, who says that? I make that dumb shit. I do that dumb shit all the time.
What?
All the time. With my friends. Like, we just start getting ridiculous with numbers.
Yeah.
Me and Alex do it. Me and Dennis do it. Me and fucking Vinny do it. Like, we will literally make a bet on something and, like, just know we're so right. And egos be like, fuck you, $50, $100. I don't give a fuck. I know it's so much. It's $500. Like,
I literally just did that with my friend Crystal. We was actually talking about a bet that we made in the car.
What was it?
So...
That's on the show.
Well, what?
Me and you bet I wouldn't suck a dick and we came out with Whoreible.
Oh...
What
yeah,
the fuck?
Yeah, it was.
Works.
It was old nigga.
There you go.
But no, I made a bet with Crystal. We were at the Jets game, and this was maybe a year after I had left Starlets. But I was a big fan of Cardi on Instagram, and Cardi B. So, Cardi she was dropping her mixtapes at the time, and this is maybe Bodak Yellow just came out, and I said, "Bitch, she's a star. I've been told you. I've been trying to tell you." Da da da. She was like, it's going to be a one-hit wonder. She's not going to get it. Yes. So literally on the way back up from Roots Picnic, we're driving in the car and I'm like, bitch, you ain't never paid me my motherfucking $100. I told you Cardi was going to be something. And now she probably owe me $1,000 because she super exceeded where probably anybody thought Cardi would be. But no, I said, bitch, I bet you $100. $100 is really where we
My bet was with Christopher and Dua Lipa. I said she would be a one-hit wonder and she's not.
Not at all.
What other
not
songs
at all.
does she have?
Bro, Dua Lipa's doing stadium, like
Yeah, she got a lot of shit.
In the other markets.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, she's pop.
I don't listen to her music.
She's pop.
Levitate with fucking the baby. What was? How does that song go?
We're not acknowledging the baby in 20.
She's getting sued.
We just got done with Pride Month, and you're acknowledging the baby on this podcast.
I'm just saying, that's how I know it.
Oh, okay.
How does that song go?
How it go?
Oh, you want me? I want
she
you,
has
baby.
hits.
My sugar
How does
boo.
the song go?
Hold on, wait, no.
I'm looking now.
I got you.
I want you all night.
Oh, that's her? Okay.
And then, yeah. And then what's the other one?
This is not singing.
Don't start.
You know what I mean? You know.
You know?
Anyway, she big. So,
okay.
What the fuck was I just thinking about too?
Making
so we were talking about July 4th before we ended up starting the cameras, and I was telling Mandii how I was out with a hotep. No, I
really be hanging with hoteps.
It's not. By the way, I know I mentioned 19 Keys and how like he's hot and I want him on Whoreible. It wasn't him.
So it's 19 Keys.
This actually was a dude who is Samoan.
Hoteps and Republicans. You really have quite the group of people you hang with.
It's LA. I don't know.
Okay.
No, but he's a Samoan and black dude. And we were like making a joke about Dr. Umar. And I said, we were fucking chilling, drinking. It was 4 of us. I said, all right, what's the most hotep shit everybody believes? Right?
Ooh.
And I asked the table this. And one of the guys said, I don't know if it's hotep, but I believe TikTok is like building to become an AI. I believe TikTok is like taking all of our shit and eventually we won't be able to figure out what a person is. I was like, okay, that's a good one. And so I said, I ain't gonna lie, I got one about white people, and then my homeboy goes, is it what I'm about to say? Are you about to say what I'm about to say? All right, here we go. He also has a dangly earring, which makes it even more fun.
He's just a toxic nigga then.
Oh yeah. So he goes, all right, think about white people. If they were real people, how come they burn everywhere? They sell sunscreen in Alaska. They are so far from their planet that was further from the sun that they burn easily. So now, now, obviously this is ridiculous, but now I'm just having fun with this shit, right?
What the fuck does SPF mean?
Bro,
right?
Wait, what does it mean, Eden?
I'm asking you.
I don't know.
Do you know?
Sun people for real.
No, we both said sun people at the same time.
Okay, wait. So hold on. So then, right now, I'm just like fucking, you know, you fucking with somebody because they in their bag and you just like, it's like almost trolling. So I said, hey, yo, you know what's crazy, dog? When I went to Israel, like my skin got better. Now this is actually, I really believe a fact. So, I grew up with eczema and my skin got good. Like my hair was silky, not silky, but like, it was shiny. Like I could see it. And
because he was using pink moisturizer.
No, son, like,
okay.
I really believe when you go to where you're from, like think about when like Dominicans go to the Dominican Republic. My friends be talking about how good they feel, the food they eat. When black people go to Africa, everybody suddenly feels this crazy connection. Like, and I was like, yo, where do white people get that shit? Because they ain't getting it in London. He was like, and that's what I'm saying. They got nowhere to go because they ain't from here.
Europe, bruh. Europe is them,
He said they ain't got no... See, European spicy white, like we were saying earlier. He said the Nordic blood, it ain't real. Their bodies are flat. Ain't no curvatures to them. Ain't no thing in their face. They are not real people, man. The organs are the same, but they came to conquer because they ain't from here. I was like,
does he really believe this?
I don't know, but we was in it, dog. I'm sitting there with my mezcal margarita like, real. And I wish Rory was sitting there because he said redheads is the epitome of them.
Hell.
He was like, and them, he's like, they're just like bleeding through the skin. You know what I'm saying? It's coming out through their hair, the fire in their blood. I was like, oh. He talks about how like they didn't exist in the original time of Homo sapiens. Son, it was so crazy, and I was so...
Which they do say, so when I was learning about the hieroglyphics and shit, like, and I swear to God, don't laugh when I'm talking about my motherfucking Florida education.
I'm sorry.
But for real, when I was learning, that's why they say the Egyptians, the kings and queens, they was all black. No one in them little pictures, in the art, even in the figurines, in the temples, not the temples, the pyramids, because them is different. But the pyramids, even them things, don't fuck you.
No, bitch. I'm in it, bro.
But they even colored inside of the people. Like there were color in those people. There were no white people. Even the stick figures had motherfucking color on them. So I'm just saying.
No, I mean, we all know that. But they basically saying white people just landed in this bitch. He was like, you know how everybody say that all people come from Africa? They don't. I was like, okay. And when he mentioned the Nordic blood shit, because I made a joke like, yeah, where they gonna go feel their shit at? Like in London? And he's like, yo, but some white people, have a little bit of it, right? And he's like, maybe that is when Pangea.
Some white people have a little bit of what?
Like the spicy white. They may be brown or they may be not burn, or their hair texture is different, like an Israeli person.
Like
right?
a Kardashian. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I would say that. Like
Armenian
or like a Middle Eastern, right? But then he said something about
I need to see this YouTube video. So I normally go down the
son.
YouTube rabbit hole. I need to find this YouTube video, bro.
They'll start recommending everything.
Oh no, I love conspiracy theory videos.
mainly he talked about the flatness and the body and the
I thought you were gonna say.
Then he talked about how they weren't as athletically inclined and all this shit. And then I was like, yo, is this why there's a difference with pink dick and brown dick white people? And he was like, I've never seen a dick, but probably my nigga, if you seeing white dicks that are brown, like those are probably
He saw a dick, bro. This is the thing. This is where niggas just be lying.
No, I don't think.
No.
I don't think men realize white men could have pink or brown dicks.
Let me tell you how niggas be lying. Talking about I ain't never seen a dick. Exactly.
But I don't think.
And that shit be on Twitter now.
Okay,
bro,
Eden
they know
Wolf,
when a dick
have
is
y'all
pink.
ever noticed a pink or brown dick in porn? I don't think people notice that.
Do you know colors? Bro, there's clearly a difference.
No colors.
I don't think people notice that, man.
They know the difference between
We
a translucent dick and a brown dick.
bullshit. I just don't be looking at dick. I'm sorry.
Bro, when the dick goes in and out of the
if it's a
pussy,
white
you
dick
gotta
or
look
not.
at the
I
dick.
mean, I know if it's a white dick. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'll
He
say
knows
that.
when the dick is white and when it's
Yeah.
brown.
But you don't notice when it's pink or brown.
I've
the
never
pink.
looked at
Wolf
the
said it
hues and
either.
gradients
I don't know
about
of a
the
dick on
pink.
porn.
Bro, there's a pink dick and there's a brown
There
dick.
is a pink dick, but we really
Pink
when we
dicks
say
are white,
pink
white.
dick-
Like my dick
No.
is brown.
Well, the only reason it's
That's
pink,
what I'm saying.
well, the only reason it's pink is because it's so translucent. The blood is showing
Translucent. And I tell you what, you better be high on this July 4th listening to this shit. Cause damn,
They back in the office. They wasn't listening to us yesterday. They was eating motherfucking hot dogs.
Well, I'm sure there's a white person listening to us pissed. Talking about, I'm a real person. We didn't say you weren't.
You did just say they weren't real people.
Son, and then-
That's exactly how you started this shit.
I didn't say y'all wasn't. I said my homeboy said. Does he have a kufi on right
But
now?
also,
Baby.
birds of a feather flock
Goofy.
together, do they not? Bitch.
The second that I said, what's everybody's whole top thought? They all like took a while to get it out. And he was like, all right, so I think you on with me. I think you got this. I think we on the same page. And we made like a joke about how when something feels off, like we're doing something off, we make the joke that it's white people shit. He's like, you know why? Because they don't sit right in your body. This shit ain't right. It's the white devil shit. Yo, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, like casserole on the holidays. Now, that
I don't know
shit
if I ever
just-
had casserole.
It don't sit right, bro. Like, what the fuck are we doing and why are we just eating a casserole?
What is a casserole?
It's like
Let me
a
look.
canned soup with some vegetables with some crunchy shit on top.
Really? I
Swear to
just thought
God.
it was like a one pot stop shop.
It is, but it normally has.
That's really good.
It has the canned soup, it has like the mushroom
Casserole, large, deep pan or bowl used for
soup.
casserole.
vegetables.
The word came from the name of the dish. The dish was deep
All right,
in a
sounds
large
like a
pan,
pussy. All right.
and then people call it a casserole
casserole.
dish if there's chopped vegetables, meat,
What I
a
tell you-
starchy thing.
What I tell you,
You
Does
said
it really say
soup,
crunchy
man.
thing?
no,
Does
because
it say
because
crunchy
because
thing in
to
there?
bind
Swear
it
to
all, you put it in the oven, but you put like the mushroom soup, the chicken, the cream of chicken. It normally
Oh my god, I'm gonna shit.
That's
It
what I'm
literally
saying.
says
Told you.
pieces of meat, fish, tuna.
Okay, that's the difference. I'm talking about like the green bean casserole.
No, but they do like tuna casserole.
Okay, starchy
But it
binder.
all has like a binding,
I don't see soup.
bro, because it's can of soup. It's soup can.
You were thinking that French onion that they put
That's
with the
same thing. That's what I'm talking
I
about.
love French onion.
That's what they put in the green bean casserole. Oh my god. Anyway, let's get into our vanilla shit
Hold on.
for this
What's
week.
a nigga casserole? Are there any black casseroles?
No, bitch, it's
Do-
called
Do Latinos have a casserole that's not really?
lasagna.
lasagna's
Oh,
Italian.
No, lasagna can
fucking,
be considered.
Hispanic lasagna.
What's his?
Isn't it patacon? What is it? Patacon? Pastelon? Oh,
Hey,
pastelon.
hey, real quick.
Pastelon.
What we not about to do
Is-
she not gonna sit
What?
here and allow y'all to have motherfucking Latina lasagna when she wouldn't let me sit here and have my Haitian spaghetti. That is not
But I could ride with the type of spaghetti.
Bro,
Fun.
this bitch rolled me for
No.
years about my Haitian motherfucking spaghetti.
Andy is trying to die on this hill that Haitians is eating hot dogs and spaghetti.
They
Bro,
are.
How many people have sent you, dog? Where have you
Dominicans do
been?
that all the time.
Open your
They hand in
motherfucking
hand.
emails and stop motherfucking coming for me because
Hey,
people is eating
the
Haitian
last time we
spaghetti.
did this, it was 30%, was it not?
What was 30%?
I don't know. There was a stat on that.
Okay, so basically,
She lying about these
yes, it
lying ass
was.
polls she
I
putting
did a
up.
poll, ho.
But the Republicans and Hoteps follow you. They're not gonna know.
Why are you saying Republicans follow me?
What do you
Oh
mean?
my God, Anthony, that
It doesn't matter. It's that one guy you always say, bitch, you know what I'm referencing.
I actually really think Anthony's my only Republican friend. And you know what's so funny? Like, every time we go out, he's such a mess that it's embarrassing. Like, I be taking Anthony to black shit, and then people laugh at him.
Are you not embarrassed?
Oh, wait. He be saying all the time, and it's so bad. Anthony, if you guys remember that episode, he's just very Wall Streety, very like Italian. He was like, look, I don't give a fuck. You think that I'm fucking out here in the streets like saying George Floyd should have been? No. I love black people, Black Lives Matter, but at the end of the day, I'm not paying fucking taxes. Like, this motherfucker, and unfortunately, some Republicans just do not care about social causes enough, and I do believe, like, that's why when you find a black person that's a Republican, it feels like a traitor. Like, I don't understand how we could even go that way, but, you know, he ain't on his Candace Owens. He's just
On his
a rich asshole.
Owens.
Candace Owens is acting like the nigga at the end of Queen and Slim. Like, the fact that she is creating this whole process to get the motherfuckers from Black Lives Matter that was spending the money on mansions, that shit kind of funny. I ain't gonna hold you.
It's funny, but the thing that's embarrassing about
Bitch,
Candace,
I want to see the documentary.
in her old age, she will realize this. You have made it your effort, Candace fucking Owens. I don't even know which camera to look at. But
Yours.
Candace Owens has made it her literal effort to embarrass the black community.
She has.
You must really hate your black skin enough that you have to tear down dead people every single time they die and be a contrarian when people are in pain. As a woman with children, you've got the fucking white nerve to sit your ass up on every piece of social media and embarrass men and women that look like you. Black babies, black women, black men. You are a fucking joke and disgrace to people, bitch.
So, without the bitch, you could add everything she just said to Little Boosie as well. And going on to...
I didn't expect
I'm not,
that.
Candace.
Lil Boosie is embarrassing, bro. He is
not a
motherfucking
Candace
embarrassing.
Owens.
Two
That
children,
made that a comedy
two
podcast.
women, two
Candace
men.
Owens
That
is a
nigga
fucking
is embarrassing.
joke, bro.
That nigga's
It's a
embarrassing.
joke.
Embarrassing.
I
Are you not
actually think
embarrassed?
Tommy Lauren isn't as bad as Candace Owens.
All right, I will never say that.
I disagree.
Yeah.
Tommy Lauren is like, she tries to do this shock value thing. She's not as smart as Candace, which makes her not as bad. Candace is smarter than that, right? Like, we can't take, to me, like, Tommy Lauren also is white. So, like,
I haven't seen or heard that name in years. Where's she at?
Tommy Lauren? Yeah, I haven't.
Yeah,
heard
Tommy
of her.
Lauren ain't nowhere
that
now.
hoe fell off.
Fell the fuck off. Just
There's
like
enough
Little
racist
Boosie.
that she was swept right under the rug under Tucker Carlson.
All right, so this week's vanilla shit, guys, we're gonna get into it. A Chinese feminine care brand is under fire over an intimate wash. This was Whoreible submitted, so thank you for this.
Thank you.
Enlarge the eyes, heighten the nose bridge, reshape the ears like an elf, remove the muscles from the calf, slim down the waist, shave the body hair, and now the latest, brighten the vagina.
What the
Now,
fuck?
I'm not going to sit here and try to even read this motherfucking name.
This was sent in, by the way, from someone. I think she's living in China right now.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jess. She sent this in, and I was like, wow.
So, a leading Chinese personal care brand has baffled and outraged the Chinese internet with a controversial advertisement, which isn't in Chinese, posted to Weibo on, this was actually 2 months ago in May, that claims one of its new products can suppress dark tissues and remove odor-causing bacteria in the vagina. Multiple taglines for this hyaluronic acid.
Hey,
And
science. Heard you.
Let's get it right.
Hyaluronic acid and rose flourishing intimate wash are included in the now deleted post, with one reading, wash and bring out a girl's pink.
Yeah, see, that's okay. That's where it's like
For women who are dissatisfied with their quote unquote loose, dry, and dark vagina, the company advised them to reduce activities like working out, which might lead to exercise friction in their private parts. Wearing skinny pants and having too much sex are also apparently two of the main factors causing darkening of the vulva, the post claims. But it offers no assurance of the safety and effectiveness of the product. One of the top voted comments on social media called out the problematic nature of the post and says, "Is it not clear enough that your target customers are women and it's us who keep your business afloat?" Other commenters also called the post a blatant insult to women. I want to say
out your pink.
Yeah, it's disgusting, but also the fact that you are assuming that the darkness in the vulva area is caused by an extra amount of sex is wild. That's why also they reference the friction when you're exercising as to why you can also be dark down there. Now, I'm not sure because I can't speak from the Asian experience, but as someone with melanin, as someone with a lot of Black and Latina friends, like we have just dark spots in different parts in our body that don't even have friction.
Sometimes that
like,
little
bitch, look at my
crease under the
motherfucking
cheek.
elbows. Like my elbows are darker than normal. Like even my knees. And I do have definitely, and I won't say it's from chafing because my inner thighs have been dark inside of them far before I even started fucking. So I can see why this was insulting, but what's also more insulting is the fact that they're pretty much pushing out this false narrative around already a part of our body that we're still learning. Because when we were in school, there wasn't education on how to properly clean, on what feminine products to really use, what harm we were actually putting into our bodies with certain feminine products. And so I just hate that this is now also, to me, one of the things where a lot of these companies are just pandering to women because we are consumers for a lot of things. We spend money on beauty. We spend money on so many things regarding the skin, regarding our hair, regarding our nails, eyelashes, that I feel like that market specifically, and you know how I feel because I got into my nail shop debacle. I just hate that they really just try to pander to so much of our dollars.
Bleaching is
while also insulting us.
Bleaching is a huge thing.
Right.
It is.
Oh, Young, Famous in Africa.
Bro, when I lived in Singapore,
She
the
was 5
deodorant
minutes
had bleaching in it. The lotion had bleaching in it.
Mhm.
When my friend Jazz came over, I said,
Wow.
bro, can you please just bring some products that don't have bleaching in it? I couldn't find face washes, deodorants, lotions.
I didn't know bleaching.
Bleaching
I
over
knew,
there
like
is
a lot
very
of
big.
cos-
There's a big community in that.
There,
Huge.
there was a lot of stuff in Japan that I saw with like changing your eyes and widening the eyes.
Oh.
And it was like a huge thing where they would like do advertisements of that. But bleaching, I did not.
It's a whole
Bro,
thing about being Western.
Bleaching. Well, and that's the thing.
Being Western.
Well,
Yes.
not only being Western, right? Even though they're not white and black, the treatment in Asia of the darker Asian. Like when I went to Malaysia, when I went to the Philippines,
they're dark.
They're dark there. And Thailand, they're treated over in Asia like the blacks. And even when you,
Actually, let's jump into that for a moment.
I had
Y'all
to say
ever-
the blacks too, but they're treated like black people in everywhere
So,
else in the world.
Hanging in LA, a lot of people are coming from the Bay, and there's a lot of Filipinos in the Bay, and I know there's a lot of Blasians. But what there is also a lot of is just Filipinos and regular Asian people that hang out in LA. Can y'all stop saying you're the niggas of where you're from?
Oh, wait, they say that?
Yes. Has anyone ever heard this before?
100%, yeah.
100%. I've actually... in
Wait,
New
they
York-
say the N-word?
Yes.
Yeah, more likely.
Oh, nah. I ain't never heard that.
I've met a Filipino person at Last Lap last
They say
year.
they're the niggas? They say the N-word?
And she
Oh, nah.
hangs out with a lot of niggas, and her man is a very popular black dude in the industry. And I heard her say nigga, and I was like, oh, and I made like a joke, like, oh, was I the only one to catch that? And like, hello. And then she was like trying to convince me, like, oh, I'm Filipino, like I'm also a person of color. But you're not a nigga.
Yeah.
But then
I don't
she
like that.
got on this tirade of like how Filipinos are the quote unquote black people of Asia. And I was like, be that as it may, ma'am, they could be treated poorly. And I understand you want to do this whole analogy thing here, but you're not a nigga.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, date one, babe.
The history that we have, I mean, although the history over there is pretty bad too. Like,
Okay, well, they're not niggas.
the way they got conquered by the Spaniards, like, just being over there and really talking to the locals, yes, they're not blacks, but like they're not niggas.
I'm gonna tell you what I haven't heard, and I'm not sticking up for him because my father's Jewish, but I never heard a Jewish person walk around say, hey, at the Holocaust, we were niggas too. I ain't never heard that. But
Yeah.
for some reason, and I think
I
it's
don't like
because
that.
Filipinos feel, and they are people of color, right? And I understand that like we've welcomed Asians in the black community, but like,
Have we?
yeah, I think so.
I have no.
Think about,
you haven't been in New York long enough. There,
Why'd you
if
stare
you
at
could
Yomi
go all the
now?
way back to Rodney King beatings in California and here in Brooklyn,
Oh.
there's a huge divide between the Asian
yes,
community
there's
and
a
the black
divide,
community.
But you also have to remember how
We ain't
embedded
accept-
a lot of
there has
Asians
not been
are
an
in
acceptance.
black shit. That pop culture, clothing, bro, music, sound, like Asians are.
They're culture vultures. They're not accepting.
I'm not saying that
we don't
they aren't,
accept them as.
but they are not accepted, bro. Like, are you serious?
I'm dead ass. we have a different take on this.
This actually, and you know what? It could be right down the middle, but yeah, like I think especially on the West Coast, like more than I've ever seen in my life. I have never seen, almost every black homegirl I have from San Francisco is Blasian.
That just means that Asians and black people are fucking. If you're mixed with black,
the communities are now mixed up, right? So like as a product of that, you have like that's how they blend. That's how Latinos and black people come together. You start fucking and then you build shit together. There are a lot of Asians in black culture, bro. Literally, my talent producer on Sex Sells is a fucking Asian dude, right? He's got me my Brent Fires and like niggas is. They're a part of this shit. And he was like, yo, I worked at Def Jam. And also like diversity hires, you got to remember too, right? You start hiring people at labels and different type of industries.
I don't believe Asians count as diversity hires. I worked in finance.
We gotta cut that out because you're bugging the fuck out.
We don't have to cut it out.
That's like super insensitive to say.
I don't believe that they do. I worked in finance. This is my experience. You can
think
speak to yours.
Asians aren't diversity hires?
No, not in finance and accounting. They were the majority. Them and white
Just
people were
because
the majority.
Indians are known for working in tech does not mean they're not a diversity hire in white America.
The way diversity hire has even been brought up in current times, it is for black people. And I will sit here and say, sorry, maybe we have a different experience. In finance and accounting, Asians and whites were the majority. There was never... And I will also say, when we went to D&I, when we did our diversity and inclusion events down in Baltimore, it was just the black and Latinas that were offered to come, not the
affirmative
Asians.
action and diversity hire are two different things.
I literally had a trip for the diversity and inclusion trip on the new hires at a top 4 firm. Asians were not included in this trip, bro. So say what you want from your
I'm not saying what I want. Asians are part of the diversification of America.
This is my experience, and I disagree
You are talking
with your
about
opinion.
finance, and you've got a moment in time.
And I disagree with your opinion.
Asians are literally a part of diversification in America, bro.
Okay.
It is the biggest continent. It holds the most people.
They are
Asians
the majority
have
on the
hate crimes
planet.
going against them. Literally with AAPI, like, I don't know if you don't have enough Asian friends, but like, that's insane to say.
Okay.
You don't think Asians diversify this country? Or like, like, are you saying that?
I'm just going to say, okay.
You're just grouping in white people and Asians right now?
I'm saying they are the majority of this planet. They are not the minority. And so when a diversity hire
Where
comes
did
in,
you grow up?
Bitch, the same area you did.
And you're telling me
And I'm
that
telling you-
Asians were the majority of where you lived?
No,
Mandy.
I'm saying for the globe. For the globe.
So then there's a diversity hire.
They are the majority on this planet.
I can't fight you on this.
Okay, we don't need to fight. Your opinion, my opinion. Y'all leave it in the comments where y'all stand on this, and we'll let it go.
Just move forward.
Yeah, let's
we
move
get
forward.
to political decisions.
Let's move
Can we just go
forward.
back to Candace Owens as a cunt?
Yeah,
I mean, yes,
works.
and you're more than
There you go.
welcome to say that.
She is.
All right, well,
And I'm going to tell you what, she probably hates the Asians, which means they're diverse.
No, she hate everybody, bro.
No.
She probably hate herself.
No, she loves white
Especially,
people.
I doubt she's even getting dick.
She loves white people. Yes, she is a white man.
You
know
doubt
she has
she's
a white
getting
husband,
dick?
hun.
What makes
I
you doubt
she's getting
that?
dick. Who knows? Because that's she's so miserable, worried about everybody else. Listen, when
People
you are
like
getting
miserable
dick
pussies.
down, and when you are getting dick down, I swear to God, nobody else fucking matters. Nothing matters.
That's true.
Like job, I'll be late because I just got some dick. Friends calling back. I'm getting dick. Okay? Bill collector calling. I'll never answer for them. I'm getting dick.
Getting dick.
You feel me? Favorite show is on TV. Catch it on DVR. Getting dick.
DVR.
Everything
Showing
can
your
wait
age.
when you getting dick. Candace Owen got way too much free time to
She has
really
a
be
lot
out
of
here
free
getting
time,
dick.
but what's crazier about her almost more than Stacey Dash is Stacey Dash was just like Republican as fuck.
She
And
just wanted to get another acting
And
role.
Candace Owens is known
see
for
that.
like being a piece of shit to black people. So like you had to literally come up from being that person. Stacey Dash was just like the black girl that we all knew that loved Trump. And you're like, what? But like she is literally on a tirade. I think she'd take her white pink dick out of her mouth
Jesus.
to fucking talk about black people on the internet. To make a school shooting suddenly a trans thing.
Wait, what?
How?
Oh, I missed
Oh,
that.
you didn't see
How?
that?
How?
There were like pictures, and I don't believe they were real, of a trans woman that like had a similar look to the shooter. And Candace Owens was like, "Oh, mental illness is a thing. Trans people, being trans is a mental illness. If you saw your son in a skirt, you should have had him treated for mental illness. It's not about the guns."
Reach.
Bitch, you did all of it.
What a reach.
And is reaching his hand
What
out
is
to the air.
fucking- Look at
It
that.
That was a whole ass
the
reach.
craziest thing I've read. And you're thinking about all these people in this terrible moment in time and kids and like, what? How was that the first thing your black ass
Whatever
came
gets
up
her
with?
screen time, right?
You know what I mean?
Nuts.
That's what everybody's trying to do. Well, let's get into the hors d'oeuvre. The hors d'oeuvre comes from Esquire.com, where it actually says, Jesus Christ, you wouldn't even know that it was this simple. The key to better sex is all in your breathing.
Ooh.
Breath is,
I can believe that.
yeah. Breath is like the siren going off in your body. If it's screwy, there are more sinister forces at play, like stress, tension, and anxiety. None of these are making the sex you have any better. To really enjoy sex, you've got to connect yourself and your partner in a fuller, deeper way, says Jimmy Bergio, an instructor at Pure Yoga in New York. And the easiest way to do that is by doing exactly what you're doing right now. Let's do it. Breathing, but with more control.
Hold it. Release.
Damn, I'm
So
horny.
during sex,
I feel like I would do that during anal.
oh, you have to.
Yeah.
Oh, bitch, you have to let your booty hole like relax. So during sex, and especially during sex with a new partner, you can get nervous or agitated. You might hold your breath or huff and puff erratically. You're thinking about 1,000 things at once when you only want to be thinking about one thing. Controlled, mindful breathing quiets the excess noise and relaxes your body. You're tuned into what's happening in front of you, and the sex is actually more enjoyable.
I'll admit I've definitely almost like been unconscious from eating pussy from not breathing.
Wait, what?
did you say?
Like, you know how you're diving in and
I'm about to
I
dive in.
did not. I was just in there.
Wait, what? But you know you can breathe through your nose, right?
You know?
You just forgot to breathe
Forgot
out
to
of all
breathe.
holes.
No, I just forgot to breathe. I was dedicated. It was great.
Do you think subconsciously that you're into maybe suffocation of some sort?
Are you
Because
offering?
maybe subconsciously you liked the idea of not breathing in some pussy. And that could be,
What the fuck is this
What?
nigga talking about, son?
you might really be into suffocation.
You just said you almost died eating pussy because you didn't breathe.
It was some baller shit. I'm not going to lie.
Not some baller shit. Yo, what? Eden.
I feel like I'm being judged here, and that's
You look like you're being judged. I'm just trying to see if you may have an
a suffocation kink.
unknown.
No, because
kink.
it's not. That would be smothering. But like you're just saying, you
Smothering,
forgot.
that's
to
what I'm
I mean,
saying.
I like the smother.
Smothering and suffocation might be a thing. So maybe you tried to do it, although she wasn't on top of you, and so maybe you.
I like being choked, so that probably.
You have a nose. Like
That's what I just
What
said.
were you?
What are you trying to say here?
I'm
like
trying
was
to
your
say,
nose in her pussy?
How did you
Oh, okay.
forget to
Oh
breathe?
no, he said the nose
I was just
in
in
her
there.
pussy too. See, not the sound effects, Eden.
No.
You feel him?
There you go. Thank you, Wolf.
Well, if you got a whole beard, you don't got to put your nose in it. You got your beard and your mouth.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, Eden, you have facial hair too.
But wait, you're saying like, okay, in your instance, you're just saying that you're working both of them, so you got lightheaded from eating pussy.
Yeah.
Get on the mic. Get on the mic. We all want to hear people in the background. We want an enjoyable, audible experience.
Like Eden is saying, I think it's easy to not prioritize breathing when you're.
Nigga, what?
And y'all think we're crazy.
If I gotta die about a pussy, I'm gonna die about a motherfucking
Exactly.
pussy. You hear me?
Nigga, what?
Thank you, Wolf. See?
Hey, let me tell you
Oh
something. If
my
Candace
goodness.
Owens had a nigga eating her pussy that didn't want to live, she would have been a better person.
You know what? I ain't even gonna hold you.
And you gotta come to work, Wolf, so please.
Now that y'all talking about it, I now don't even want no nigga to eat my pussy unless he's gonna risk dying and not breathing while he just wants to pleasure me.
That's
Hey,
right.
this is a nut. This, what?
Next,
I can't even
What
talk.
the
next
God?
level pussy eating.
What the God motherfuck shit? Anyway,
What's the God motherfuck shit?
yes, I'm really learning how to curse differently.
You know
Okay,
what's crazy? Like solo episodes are really like just something that like, woo, Mandy thinks it's an outline. No, nigga.
this is an outline, bitch. We stick it to it. We get into the
I don't
horrible
know if
decision.
we like,
There's
maybe
guidance.
it's because we're too niche in our podcast. Like Mandy does a music and a sex podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like, so maybe you feel like this is where you just gotta.
Oh no, I do on See the Thing Is too all the time.
Okay, because
You do what?
it's happening
All the
right
time.
now, nigga.
I do it all the time.
We
Make
talked
that
about transparency and not transparency,
Pink,
like
brown, too.
communication. Literally
Transparent penis.
not real.
Oh, that. Okay. Well, let's get into the horrible decision this week. I thought it was only right, especially with us being single and now testing the waters now. I came across a clip on Twitter where a woman was saying that women are not competitive anymore. That we don't go out of our way, even knowing that the person we're pursuing may have other people pursuing them. There isn't any inkling for a woman to get in competition mode, which is why women aren't catering, women aren't cooking for niggas, women aren't showing up in a way that, bitch, you know, there's probably other women that want the men you want.
You know why women aren't competing?
Why?
Because at the end of the day, men love to chase. And so what happens is if you're giving it up too much, suddenly there's nothing for them to chase. And then they'll literally get so fucking bored with all the fucking food you make that they start chasing another pussy because niggas get bored. That's just the fact.
Are you projecting?
No, I really
Yeah,
believe like a lot of women give too much too soon.
Do you feel like you've done that?
I could admit that.
I've
true.
seen the success in relationships where I kind
Just
of
get
table
bored.
things a little bit.
Mhm.
You know, I've stopped myself from doing things. I almost bought this nigga like a little gift or something recently, and I remembered like, oop, that's not your nigga. That's not your nigga.
That's a really great point, though.
And you have to.
You agree with that?
Yeah, hell
You
yeah.
have to
'Cause
hold it in.
It's also guys too.
But what is holding it in, right? So let me ask you, right? So if you're dating women though, do you not rank which one is showing up a certain way more than the next? Like, aren't there still things that y'all want from women? And when one isn't doing something and another one is, you might lean more towards this one because I've had men feel like I'm completely just not that interested in them. And maybe because I'm entertaining other men, because I don't show up for them in certain instances,
Right.
they just feel like I'm not that like I'm not into them. So a lot of men aren't gonna also want to be chasing after a woman who they feel like may not even be that into them.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? And so that's where I've been just like, damn, I actually feel like I've dropped the ball even thinking of how I've shown up on this podcast and the things I've said in terms of not cooking for men or really just maybe going some days and weeks without hitting a nigga. Maybe I should have been a little bit more persistent in
I mean,
the
if you
men
really
that I did
wanted
want.
them, you would have done
Yeah.
that, though.
I mean, and that's why
Even subconsciously, because like,
Can I?
yeah, oh
Go
yeah.
ahead.
I don't think that wanting someone means you show up more. I like as far as like cooking and doing things for them.
I mean, more so show interest. Not like doing, not like acts or services.
Okay.
Just like even just a reply or a thinking of you or just small little things like that. Not like the big you got to do.
You don't have to do like wifey stuff, but
Now,
I'm
this
saying
is the-
in
now, this is
dating,
the issue.
yeah, I'm not talking about wifey stuff.
This is the issue we've had. I feel like as men, or what I've had as a man, where I'm definitely guilty of doing boyfriend things for women who I have no interest of being my girlfriend.
Why?
And I don't
Y'all
do
don't
that
be
any-
knowing.
Yeah, but that's bad because where I've done it, I've done things where it's like I'm just trying to be kind or trying to be, cute, or sometimes it's too much, and then next thing you know, you're over here hyping them, and you're like, why are they trying to like get with me like that? I was just trying to we were just trying to fuck each other, and now I'm almost in boyfriend material type of game, and it's not good.
I'm trying to think of where I'm at in this moment because I am someone that'll cook for you and do really nice things, and I'm a good partner, but I'm 31 and I'm meeting men around my same age.
Mm-hmm.
I meet dope ass women too that are doing dope shit, but I know that I'm special. I know that I'm one of a kind. And I know that I'm not someone that's easy to find in terms of like all that I can offer.
Right.
So there's very few times recently where I've felt like I've got
It's so crazy you said that. I'm going to send you the audio. Now I have to play the clip because, bitch, you literally just said what this woman said in this clip, and now we have to fucking go at it.
Oh, I'm gonna finish my thought.
Oh, bitch.
I'm gonna finish this out.
I'll insert it right.
please
I'm
finish it out.
not. I'm not saying that I can't do these things for you, but I know for a fact, men finding a partner like me is just not really gonna happen. Like, men have to work so hard to become this fucking dude that's larger than life for women to want them. And I will literally elevate a nigga with the shit that I'm gonna bring to the table. And when men recognize that and understand that in me, like I shouldn't be having to fight this hard.
Right.
Like, I was fighting hard to, be everything for a nigga when I didn't have much to offer. Maybe I was cooking 10 times a week because I didn't really have anything else to give. I'm still going to cook for you, But maybe now maybe we're too on the move to where we're going to dinner together. Like Josh just did. I'm going to show up in other ways. But those literal things, like, it's a different.
It's different for everybody too.
It is.
Okay, let me hear this clip.
Play the clip, but I'll also
play the clip and insert. I sent it to you in the text.
All right, cool.
You can't even get women nowadays to bring their man a plate, rub his feet, just basic things. The attitude of so many women that I see now is they don't want to cater to a man in any, it's almost like it's a dirty word. They don't want to compete for a man. They want him to just pick her because she's so special. But it's too much competition. There's too much out here. What are you doing to outbeat the competition? What are you doing to win over a man? And a lot of women, they don't want to do it. They want to have attitudes, not be in, work on themselves in any kind of way, physically, mentally, spiritually. Just think they just show up. Me being alive, being a woman with a vagina is enough for a man to choose me. Accept me as I am. All the men need to change. All the men need to stop being this way. But us women, we're perfect out the womb.
I could see what she's saying, but like that wasn't the conversation I've had. Just my pussy, I don't think is going to work.
Okay.
I'm someone that offers way more intellect than that. And I know that. And literally my daily fucking regimen shows that I would be a different type of partner. You know what I'm saying? Like the way that I handle business, the way that I'm moving in the world with goals. Like, I don't think it's just like I've got pussy. Now, I do believe back then I did just have pussy. And that's why I was topping it up with other things. But yes, like, I am someone that is hard to come by, and I don't know what she thinks is special, but I'm not talking about aesthetics or pussy or anything like that. And I think when you're talking about someone like that, I actually find it to be a disservice to be a woman in the world moving like that, and also think that you have to fucking push out all these like modern housewifey cook rub your feet roles just to keep someone.
Right.
I do believe we should be treating ourselves like we're a catch. I've met so many men that will say things like they're the table or they're XYZ.
Or asking women what they're bringing to the table now too, though.
Putting in so much time and work into getting your degrees and doing things like that. It's things that we associate with men. So when women are able to accomplish goals that most women are seeking men for, you are special. I hear that, woman, but to me, that's just that silly ass podcast talk. You know when people like have the same podcast conversation, like splitting a check or whatever? That's stupid ass podcast talk. When you really live, walk, and breathe in a purpose where you know you're hard to find, like you ain't, no. And I'm not saying I'm too good to cook for a nigga, but it ain't really a nigga I'm fucking with right now.
You know your self-worth.
Huh?
You know your self-worth at the end of the day.
It's just weird because as women, we know when there's other women pursuing a man that it's an unspoken competition that's happening, and a lot of women do want to be chosen. You're not entertaining any of the men that you're entertaining now without, maybe if you want to be with them, you want them to choose you as who they're gonna fuck with, whether they're fucking with other women or not. It's also weird though, because for men, although they are the chasers, right? They fucking hate competition. If they know you're entertaining other niggas, they feel like you a hoe, and now I'm good. I'm not even finna look at you as an.
But see, I know that there may be women that want to be chose, but like now that I'm at this point, there are niggas that want to be chose.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
in what way?
I have multiple men right now that would like want to either sleep with me, date me, bro. Like,
Marry
there's a
you,
reason,
probably.
huh?
Marry you,
me.
probably? Yeah.
There's a reason that like Old Bay has done all of these things to get back with me. Men, unfortunately, don't realize what they have until it's gone. But like, this is a grown ass man that has made every effort to get back with me, right? When you fucked all these hoes and you've done all these things, like take my phone, do this, have the keys to my house, like all these outlandish things. And I really believe it's because you now went out in the world and realized, oh, I really can't find a bitch like you. So I don't believe when you have a lot of suitors.
You want a bitch like you.
You're
Maggie.
He did want a Maggie, and that nigga fucked up.
Why are you like this?
Sorry, because I just be petty.
No.
Petty, y'all. We throw the Jazz Weekly. Shut the fuck up.
He
in the
wanted
comments.
Maggie.
I'm be petty because she
now
keep bringing
look
up
at
Maggie.
It's insane. But
you know, shit.
When you have a lot of suitors, like, I don't believe you need to be, men recognize that shit too. When I go out with niggas,
I agree.
they see the men that are on my dick. They know the people that I roll with or who's on my line. And like, you see my world, so you understand, like, it's not hard to get another one. And when you walk, talk, and act like that, that is how you get a lot of men on your dick. And I believe when women are so fucking focused and trying to win at one, you will literally lose your chance at other men. So you are only as good as your options. I've been told that before, and it is a real fucking thing, man.
Damn, then I'm good as fuck because my option's kind of lit.
That's right.
Thank you.
I do
That's
want
right.
to, my option's
That's
kind of
right.
lit. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'm like, actually.
Which one?
You got to get out there.
Like,
Like, you sitting there texting that one nigga like, can I drop you off food? Do you want to eat today? Da-da-da-da-da.
You could do that
Seriously.
too, though.
I'm like with one nigga and watching the playoffs, like, do we have to watch my other?
That I do it when it's reciprocal.
Oh my
You know what I mean?
gosh.
I'm just like,
I will say that. You do it when it's
and
reciprocal.
then niggas drop singles, and now we gotta listen to this nigga's song in the car, like,
Oh, you got it like that. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, the
Sorry.
options right now on my phone
bad,
is
my
wild.
bad.
They wild, they crazy. I did, before we get out of this, I wanted to characterize some of the competition framework that may be actually ruining some of our listeners' love lives. So if you're dating, these are some things that they also consider quote unquote competition, where you're putting other people against each other and you might not even know.
Okay.
So when you're dating, sometimes you're seeking the best or hottest person according to the standards of other people.
Okay.
That's one.
Hmm.
Attempting to acquire a man or woman who is in heavy demand. So one who a lot of men or women are chasing because you're motivated by the sport or the challenge of it.
Time out. I know you heard that. Motivated.
Don't do that.
Love
Don't do that.
Sorry.
I be talking to my motherfucking friend. He be like, you so goddamn country. I be like, hey, friend. He be like, hey, friend.
Motivated.
Yeah, I see what you mean there.
Motivation.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Listen, I was just in Atlanta not too long ago. I got back to my roots. You know what I mean? I've been in New York too long. All right. Overemphasis on physical appearance. In other words, rejecting other men or women on apparent flaws, such as things as their feet are too big.
Height.
Sort of like a judge at a dog show.
Height.
Height is definitely, I'm sorry, that's a requirement,
Height.
nigga. I don't give a fuck how
I'll say
shallow.
that.
Son, Old
Do you
Bay
do that?
and I had this conversation.
Oh, yeah, women love
and I'll
talking.
never
I
forget
get
it. We talked about Sharonis, and we were
talk.
out somewhere, and Sharonis was out. I can't remember. And like, he was like, God damn, this nigga be getting mad bitches.
Of course.
I was like,
He's tall as fuck.
He's tall as hell.
He goes, and Old Bay is 6 feet. And he said, nigga, if I was that
5'11".
tall, he said, we would have never been together.
He said that?
Yes. He said, I would have been so
He would have been a hoe.
Hell yeah.
Even
He
more
is
of a
a
hoe.
hoe.
More.
That's wild. Not a 6 foot hoe.
I respect it.
Right? It's not a 6 foot hoe. Man, honestly though, it's because like, I think like women just don't see like men that are attractive, and that there's just like men are pretty trash. When you find a decent one,
Yeah.
like you just be on their ass.
Yeah.
And so I think that's just what happens.
Have
with
y'all ever
women.
found yourself wanting guys that were wanted that bad?
I mean, I be
Sure.
with them niggas.
Like primarily for
I've
that
actually been
reason.
shocked.
Oh, yeah.
I've been shocked in some instances, like
You mean wanting to be with them, not just fucking?
No, yeah, wanting to be
Yeah,
wanting
I
to be
definitely
with
have.
men that are wanted.
Yeah. And I mean wanted.
I mean, I've talked about the niggas I done fucked on this podcast. They lit niggas, but they are. But to me, it's more so going into that, not with the idea of monogamy, not with the idea of exclusiveness.
Mm.
Like, I don't believe men can say no enough. Like, even men
Should.
will say,
Oh,
Men-
she's a Kevin Samuels bitch today.
no, I'm not. I do believe that men will
She
say,
said you go.
well, I said no this many times, so you should just be okay that I said no this many times. And yes, I fucked up this one time, but it's because I said no this many times. And it's because like lit niggas will have shit thrown at them, but then there's also bitches like me. And yes, I said like me, where I don't give a fuck about you being in a relationship. If I want you, I want you. And
Damn.
women are that way the same way as niggas. Like,
Yeah.
they're like, I like to hold both parties accountable in this fucking space. And that to me is what it is. What, puss ass?
I know you
do
guilty.
get
I know you guilty of it too.
On
I give
the
I give a
internet.
fuck if someone's taken. I do.
Heard you. That's not
you
what
care
Lambo
all the time?
said.
Huh?
All the time?
Bro, she was talking about
Oh my
Lambo
god! If
knowing
you
his
guys
bitch
want
was
to bring
listening
up
to
my
the show.
ex girl, he didn't have a bitch.
Lambo, you said she listened to the podcast.
Baby mama.
Oh,
If he
Oh
had
my
a,
God, that's worse.
no.
goodness.
I really like seriously.
And you had to
I
take a plan
really
B.
do not like.
and you don't
Fuck
thank
dudes
you,
with girlfriends.
Eddie.
If I do, like, it's literally like maybe I've had sex with an ex and like seriously, like I don't meet men that have girlfriends and I'm like, this is what I'm gonna do tonight. Like,
How many times do you think that they didn't tell you though?
Oh,
part.
knowing, I'm sure.
Oh, you mean knowingly? You're like
because
okay,
I'm
no.
sure Lambo's baby mama thinks she's his girlfriend.
All right.
Which
Well,
is probably why he's like, y'all be, so you just go to New York and you just basically do all these episodes and they just come out.
oh, that was, because I was getting together, breaking up and getting together with my nigga so much, when we got together, I would literally just have to be like, well, for the next month and a half, I'm talking shit about you on the show. Sorry, just so you know, even though we're in good spaces right now, just don't listen to the pod, please. I'm talking all the shit about you. Anyways, I want to get into our home mail before we get out of here. This one is called Confession. Come on, Usher, give it to me.
Just when she thought she could say
you know what I mean?
motivation, she couldn't. Okay.
So during the pandemic, I slept with over 15 plus different people. For the first year, I was in a relationship, so it was just her and it was long distance.
Okay.
After we ended the relationship, I was going crazy on Tinder, Bumble, and meeting people at events. I did a lot of things I never imagined, including 2 threesomes. One was 2 girls, and I was the guy, and one was 2 guys, 1 girl.
Cool.
One of the girls was in both threesomes. I was fucking so much, and I honestly didn't know why. I'm a whore and I claim it, but now I met someone I really like.
Same.
And I want to make her my main, but I'm having trouble letting go of 1 or 2 of the other girls I used to mess with. My mom met this new girl and she likes her so much she wants her to be my girlfriend. If my mom gave the green light, if my mom has the green light, it's because she sees something I don't, and I think she's always been right about those things. It's going to hurt me to let go of my other partners, which are more than that. Truly, they are friends, and it's going to hurt some feelings if/when I go public with the new person I met. Could y'all give me some advice as to how I should break off things with the other girls? And do you genuinely think we can be friends?
No.
Or will they hate me because they love me just as much as I love them, but more platonic love than anything? At the moment, we do still fuck from time to time, and it's just because the pussy is available. I need to practice self-control and focus on one, but I'm scared of losing my friends because they want me.
I really like this guy, man.
Sincerely, unanimous.
This is actually a
very good
honest,
one. Oh, yeah.
Interesting he brought up self-control. Recently, the person I've been seeing talked about their self-control with me and not having sex so soon and self-control in situations and like being faithful and different things like that. And I never hear men talk about self-control because niggas just
because they're dogs.
Yeah.
Animals.
Like seriously,
beasts.
men understand that
wild.
like cheating is something from the wild. Planet far, far away. So yeah, I think it's a really good thing that you asked 2 women that on a podcast. And I'm going to say this. You don't really get great things in life without sacrificing something. I don't believe there's just things like handed to you. I believe you do have to sacrifice something. And I think letting those 2 people go because you found someone that could be a great partner is a smart thing to do, particularly because now you can fully invest your energy and time into that. And yes, it'll hurt, but 1, if you love and care about someone, you don't string them along.
Yep.
And 2, if you could not coexist in your current relationship, if she wants to be monogamous, whatever, by having those women, the way when you start shit fucked up, shit ends fucked up. So you have to make sure that you are Xing out certain people out of your life so that you can flourish in another space.
Right.
And I don't really know if there's advice on how to break off something. I think a lot of people work in different ways, but I will tell you that being totally honest that you care about someone is the best thing to do. Old Bay, whether he's lying or not, says one of the sideline chicks that he had to cut off, he said, I realized that the only way to have her understand was to tell her how much I cared about you and tell her that like,
ouch.
Right? And he's like, that's not easy because she cared about me.
Yeah.
But if I could explain to her that this is how I'm feeling, because obviously I've fucked her while with you, but like I have to have her understand that because I love this person, you know, I'm going to lose what I have because of this.
Right.
So I can't do that to someone else. And it's okay to have a hierarchy on your feelings also. Women will be okay. We know that there's kind of like always a one up more than the other. Like I do believe it's okay to have a hierarchy on your feelings.
I want to be honest. Be real honest with them too.
Yeah.
They will be there. So whether this relationship lasts or not,
Mandii,
wait,
I can't believe that was.
Yo, you
I'm bringing the honesty.
No, okay,
'Cause
yes,
listen,
you're right. But
when
damn.
when I got with my nigga during the pandemic, I had to let all my hoes know. But I also, in
I can't
maybe
listen
being
to
too honest,
They'll be there. Now you already went to the nigga bad.
Listen, as long as they're not married with children by the time this relationship comes to an end, them bitches will be there. The pussy will be available in a few years. As long as the dick is good.
Would marriage
the
stop
dick
you though?
You said what?
Would marriage stop you?
No, I'm saying for other people. Listen, this isn't about me. But what I'm saying is let them know that you're in this relationship.
Yeah.
I feel like he's in fear of losing these people forever. Bro, if the dick is good, if the sex is good, you never really lose people forever. I still got niggas in my phone that I fucked in high school still willing to give me the dick if I gave them the pussy.
Mandi's fucking insane.
No, I'm not, because here is the truth, okay? Nobody leaves. Everybody always is around. Whether they're in the picture or whether they're not, guess what's gonna happen? When you and this girl have your wonderful relationship and then it ends, those two friends of yours will be right there like, oh, I'm sorry it didn't work out. And will still grab a drink, a beer, and give you pussy. As long as they are now not in love. Now that's what you have to be okay with losing, right? Hold on. What you have to be okay with losing is the fact that these friends, these women you love, the vagina that's so good you keep going back, you need to fear that they may find a nigga by the time you get back single, and then you gonna have to wait. That's just how the world works. It is a motherfucking cycle.
Kinda
but
true.
when I tell you, these niggas, these bitches, they always
I
remain.
do want your relationship
They're
to last.
always there, bro. And
But
I would
that
love your
part's kinda
relationship
true.
to last, but I'm a realist over here. It probably won't. So it's gonna be great while it's great, and it's gonna last until it doesn't.
You know how I know you're kind of
and
right?
then it's over. What?
So I was
You
gonna
know how I'm what?
how you're
Kind of
kind of right.
Oh, I'm very right. But you
No,
fucking
I don't-
niggas that you was fucking before your old bay nigga.
Now
Rah.
I don't necessarily
Not
want
the voice.
you to.
Not the voice. Don't just because you're saying it like this doesn't take away the.
Do you know why I started talking like
that's
that?
about to come out of your
Because there's
mouth.
some white people that just booked our studio, and I was
Ew.
thinking to myself, I know I'm on my nigga shit today. So anyway, no, I was just sitting there in the other room. I was like, ooh, not them walking in when I said white people wasn't real. So anyway,
Literally, they probably came to conquer your ass. That's what they do. They conquer.
oh, that bitch did tell me to get her some water.
Ugh.
She said, that white bitch in the round of the room. That white hoe said,
you can't be.
I said, Joe, thank you for booking with us. I know it's your first time over. You had a great show. Yeah, I heard the water's in the other room. Could you get the water? I said, oop, not your little slave on the 4th of July.
Get that water.
I'm sorry. Anyway, okay. So I was saying all that to say, why I was saying I didn't agree with you is mainly because he sounds like he wants his relationship to work. So I don't want to wish that your relationship will end.
And by the way, these bitches is not your friends. Like you can't
they're
come
not.
into
They're
this
just waiting.
relationship calling them your friend.
Yeah.
they're waiting. They're waiting, buddy. So Loverboy and I, I'm
Mhm.
going to Milan in probably a few weeks with Gabby, my friend who's out there now for work. And he was like, oh, well, when you're in Europe, let's get together. And I was like, oh, great. And I think I even said to you, maybe we'll do Iceland or something.
Which is crazy that was even said.
Why?
Because if any of my friends from overseas just lands in America, it's not like, oh, let's just meet up since you're in America. Like Europe is big as fuck, and you meet up.
But him and I we used to do that when we were together.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? So he's like, you'll be in Italy. It's only 2 hours away from me
It's
now,
right
opposed
there.
to 10.
Mm.
So let's bounce around together. So I said, yeah. And
Did you?
You bouncing
now
around, huh?
that
I mean, she about to bounce on that dick.
now that I've bounced on another dick,
Oof.
you really got to catch somebody.
You do. You do.
You got to catch them. I'm not saying I ain't single. I'm just saying I'm a little less interested in doing this with him because
Oh.
not saying that my pussy isn't open for Europe. I'm just saying to start
Not
planning a
open for
trip
Europe.
where I'm kind of into someone else is a little difficult. And so I'm not as involved. And you really got to catch someone.
Be like, you so emotional, bitch.
I know.
Just hop on this old dick. Because, again, the dick is always going to be there. So while you in Europe, go ahead and take it, and it's just always going to be there.
Well, do you want the dick?
She don't know because now she getting in her feelings about whatever nigga she fucking now.
Oh.
But bitch, you fucking multiple niggas. So
This is horrible
what you got the
decision.
feelings for?
I'm fucking one nigga. I had a blip.
Oh, the
Oh,
blip.
no blip.
Oh, okay.
I had a
So you
BDB
fucking one
blip.
nigga, but had a blip.
Blip.
Okay. And this, would he becomes, Loverboy is a blip too then.
What?
But not if you planning it right.
Not 2 blips.
2 blips and a dick she like. Ain't that crazy?
That ain't mathin'.
2 blips and a dick.
All right,
that's a
on
good
that note, thank you guys so much for tuning in to another episode of Horrible Decisions. Make sure you tune in. Look, I don't even know what camera. These ones a little closer. Okay. Make sure you tune in to our Patreon. That's patreon.com/horrible decisions.
Search it.
You definitely have to type it in because
Type it
we are
in.
an 18+ platform over
Thank
there. All right. Jesus Christ.
Weezy's
All
not
right.
her ass.
And guys, thank you yet again. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment here on the YouTube. And
Ooh.
thank you for tuning in yet again to another episode of Whoreible. This is Yons. Happy Independence, pussy assholes. Bye.